parents are up in arms as a Warrensville principal waits on word about her job.
A record-breaking year for Mizzou Arena could leave some fans in the dark. Back to the drawing board, a new approach to Lake of the Ozarks boundaries.
Taking a stand, students pitch in to try to keep local residents from losing their homes.
And proposed changes for I-70. Will you get nickeled and dimed? KOMU 8 News, first at 5. Start.
Residents watched an historic landmark come crashing down in Joplin.
Hallways and classrooms were empty at one Mid-Missouri school. Find out what caused this school to shut down.
It's considered a silent killer. It's not carbon monoxide, a simple way you can protect your family. And dark tourism in Joplin. What has tornado survivors upset? Melissa, thank you very much. Missouri's capital city wants to look like a capital city.
Jefferson City's rebuilding plan is now in the hands of voters. And laptops are the new books. A school saves big bucks through a new high-tech program.
Soon, KOMU 8's Caitlin Alexander is live on campus with the latest numbers. Caitlin?
Lots of numbers being thrown
As
around.
Michelle mentioned, the snow has tapered off, but it certainly caused problems for many mid-Missouri drivers throughout the day.
So let's go to KOMU 8's Emily Kissy to see who she's out live right now at Highway 63. What are the road conditions out like now, Emily?
She is an excellent principal. We as a community are going to come together and get these answers.
Tonight, a principal's future with the Blair Oaks School District lies in the hands of the school board. Good evening. I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Jim Rick. Thanks for joining.
Snowplows have been working around the clock to keep those roads clean.
KOMU 8's Kyle Tuns tells us what MoDOT and the City of Columbia snow crews are doing to help.
He shows Battle High School in blue, taking over the majority of Eastern Columbia in 2013, while Rockbridge in green and Hickman in purple split the west along Chapel Hill Road.
The heavier snow has moved off to the east, and we have just a few lingering flurries out there. I'll have the details on your forecast for tonight coming up.
District decision time. Your child could study in a new school next year.
And downtown streets clear after a Columbia shooting. Why no one is talking. KOMU 8 News at 6 starts now.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Happy kids and disgruntled drivers. The year's first significant snowfall hit mid-Missouri today.
KOMU 8 meteorologist Michelle Bogerwith shows us what you can expect out of your evening. Michelle?
Well, most of that snowfall has slowly started to come to an end, at least that weekend coming up.
The Columbia Police Department's responded to at least 7 car crashes across Columbia today. One of the accidents involved a vehicle, actually, check that out, sinking into Fairview Lake near the intersection of Rollins Road and East Lake Drive. The driver was able to get out of the Subaru before the fire department got there, and thankfully no one was hurt.
Well, as Michelle mentioned, the snow has tapered off, but it certainly caused problems for many mid-Missouri drivers throughout the day.
So let's go to KOMU 8's Emily Kissy to see who she's out live right now at Highway 63. What are the road conditions out like now, Emily?
Well, right now here later, once again reporting live in Columbia, Emily Kissy, KOMU 8 News.
Snowplows have been working around the clock to keep those roads clean.
KOMU 8's Kyle Tuns tells us what MoDOT and the City of Columbia snow crews are doing to help.
I've been a couple. Kyle Tuns, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
And MoDOT says as long as the roads are slick, you shouldn't travel unless you have to. For all of the latest information on road conditions and local weather, visit our website, KOMU.com.
We do have an update on those latest school closings. There's been just a few schools that have announced cancellations for tomorrow are Dixon, Iberia, Edgar Springs, St. Elizabeth, and Glasgow will be starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. Just a late start there in Glasgow. Macon Sheriff's Department has arrested a man today for burglary during the weekend. Sheriff Robert Dawson said they arrested John Teeter of Callio for burglary in the first degree and property damage in the second degree. Deputies say Teeter broke into the back door of a residence and then physically assaulted a man and a woman living there. They defended themselves and then called police. Dawson posted $20,000 bond.
Columbia Police told us today there are no new leads in a weekend downtown shooting, but a witness told KOMU 8's Danny Spiewak how it all started.
It was right here. It was a Belleville abuse with the...
Danny Spiewak, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
Police say that shooting sent one person to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No officers were hurt.
A fourth and final man involved in a robbery in St. Louis pleaded guilty to federal charges today. The St. Louis Dispatch reported that 21-year-old Aaron Hassan Johnson entered the guilty plea. He could face more than 10 years in prison and a sentencing on May 18th. Johnson was among the men who robbed the ATM Solutions office in St. Louis in 2010, getting away with $6.6 million. Johnson was sentenced to 15 years in prison in October for robbing a Penn Station sub shop in 2009.
The elimination of middle schools and junior high schools has been a hot topic for the Columbia School Board.
More than a year and a half later, that board hopes to reach a decision tonight. And Obama unveils a new budget. We have a look at where your tax dollars will be going.
We'll see a few lingering flurries into those overnight hours, but a little sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. We'll have all the details on your forecast coming up right after this break.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with meteorologist Michelle Bogowitz.
Welcome back to you all on this Monday evening. You are taking...
Good guess. Okay, a snow day brings playtime for a lot of families in mid-Missouri. Hunter Hall from California finally got to use that sled today, thank goodness. And the Venable family from Boonville built a Mrs. Snowman, complete with a fuzzy hat.
I'll have the latest from the meeting that could change where your children are going to school.
It has been a controversial topic since the talk started about a year and a half ago.
But tonight, the Columbia Public School Board is making a final decision on the redistricting plan. KOMU 8's Melissa Berman joins us now with more on tonight's decision.
Thanks, Angie and Jim. I'm here at for the latest. Reporting live in Columbia, Melissa Berman, KOMU 8 News.
Melissa, thank you very much. A Missouri House Committee is proposing new mandates today for economic development managers in municipal bond markets. This comes after the Mamtech failure in Moberly. The report requires several steps to follow before financial incentives can be offered.
Today, President Obama unveiled his budget for the next fiscal year. It fleshes out the themes outlined in his State of the Union address: shared sacrifice, raising taxes on the wealthy, and investing money to create new jobs. Congressional Republicans say the president is offering nothing new and ignoring a spending crisis threatening to crush the economy. NBC's Brian Moore tells us where the president wants to spend more money.
At a community college outside. Brian Moore, NBC News, Washington.
Well, he wasn't shooting three-pointers, but one Tiger was a big spark against Baylor.
Find out who we're talking about next in sports.
Now, from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports with Chris Gervino.
Hello, everyone. The Missouri Tigers.
With Valentine's Day tomorrow, people are prepping for the love-filled holiday.
And they're taking it to the streets. That's next.
Welcome back. Here's a recap of my 8-day extended forecast. The precipitation is going to come to an end. Your morning commute tomorrow is going to be very slippery out there, so allow for a little extra travel time. All that snowfall washed away by the rain on Wednesday.
More than 170 Volkswagen Beetles were gathered in Brussels during the weekend for the annual Love Bug Parade. It's the fourth year. This year it attracted Beetle enthusiasts from Belgium and the Netherlands and northern France. The Love Bug Parade's held on the weekend closest to St. Valentine's Day. It's named after the Disney film, The Love Bug, of course, which starred who? Herbie. That's right, a self-driving Volkswagen Beetle. You guys remember it. Here's a look at what we're following for KOMU 8 News at 10 tonight. We'll be live at Columbia Public Schools with the final decision on district lines.
Plus, a Sarah story you won't want to miss. An unborn baby with trisomy 18. A family shares its story in hopes of helping others. If you have to go out and drive,
careful.
Be careful. I think we're going to have a little refreeze tonight, right, Michelle?
Yes, I think on some slick spots tomorrow morning. And if your wipers are on, the lights need to be on. I want to remind everyone.
Yes, that is correct.
See you at 10, folks.